talk about a gift marking for leadership. And it's the Star of Jupiter. So you can check your hand and see if you have it. Gift markings show up in the lower part of your hand. And actually, there's a gift marking that shows up in one of the fingers on the pinky. But most of them show up in the lower part of your hand, below the fingers, in the palm, and in the thumb. And this particular gift marking shows up under the index finger. And I'll show you what it looks like in just a second. Gift markings are really meant to be shared with the world. They're something that your soul really wants to express in the world. And so you do feel a lot better if you're able to express your gifts in a way that they are able to go to higher and higher levels of expression. When you're not able to use your gift, the kind of difficult thing about that situation, or if you're unwilling to use the gift, then you can end up in the penalty side of the gift, which is definitely kind of like insurance that you're going to use the gift, because it's uncomfortable to be in the penalty side of the gift. And so you're going to work and do whatever you can to get out of that side so that you're in the highest potential of the gift again. And so it's an ever-evolving process of up-leveling your gifts all the time. And we all have different gifts in our palm. And so I'm going to talk about a particular one today. The life purpose part of what I do is actually in the fingerprints. And there is a life purpose for leadership as well as the leadership gift marking, And some people have both the leadership gift marking and the leadership life purpose. And that happens commonly because a lot of the times what's in our fingerprints will repeat in our hand below. And so it's just like, kind of like the same story told twice, if that makes sense. The fingerprints and then the hand kind of tells the story of where you're at with your purpose and your gifts. So the gift marking, the Star of Jupiter, shows up under the index finger like that, and it's a star. So check your hand. They sometimes come like to wrap around the side over here. So just check your hand, see if it's right in front or if you have one at all or if it wraps around the side, and let me know if you have it. And so what this means is you're really meant to be someone to inspire others with your vision. So a leader usually has a high vision to share, and they can get others excited and on board with their vision, and they can empower and inspire others with their high vision. Leadership in hand analysis is a consciousness. So it doesn't have to be a set of circumstances. It doesn't have to be like, oh, you're the boss, that equals the leader. Well, the boss actually might not be very much of a leader at all. They might not have the consciousness of a leader, of someone who's able to share a high vision with others and bring them up. What can happen to people when they're not willing to step in their leadership, or they're not willing to be take the first step of leadership, which is being the leader in your own life. And some people don't even realize they're not being the leader in their own life. They're either letting other people make choices for them. They're not standing up for what they desire or what they need. They're not speaking that to whoever it needs to be spoken to. They could just be going along with others' desires and not even realizing it. That can happen. We can actually take on other people's desires very much like they're our own. And then, years down the road say, I never wanted that. When you get to the end goal and it's like, oh my gosh, I never wanted that. And you realize, because you have no fulfillment, wow, that wasn't something I ever wanted. That's another thing that can happen with leadership, to watch out, something to look out for. If you have the leadership star even on this side or right on the front under the index finger, something to watch out for is, are you being the leader of your own life? So that would be the first step to stepping into leadership. Make sure you're the leader of your own life. Make sure you're making the choices for you that best serve you, instead of what someone else told you had to do, what society said you had to do, what your parents said you had to do, what you felt was best for your situation, for whatever. Really look at those choices and say, is this what I want? Am I being the leader of my own life? Am I living the vision for my life? Am I embodying that vision so other people can see me living that vision in my life? So important. All steps toward really embodying the leader. And when you do that, then if you can be the leader of your own life, then you can start to lead others and share your vision with others and create an audience that resonates with your vision, right? But first you have to be the leader of you, and that's the most important part. And that's the part I feel like that I see in clients and other people that is the biggest struggle, because a lot of times leaders have dealt with this power giveaway stuff. I mean, it's really, they've taken on a deep study of power. What is it like? What's too much power? What's not enough? Like what's in between? Like where's the sweet spot there? And so no judgment around either side. It's all learning, right? So sometimes they've had to learn through situations where they exerted their power too far and they took away someone else's free will or someone else's power, right? And then on the other side, where they were in constant power giveaway situations and didn't realize that they were doing that until they woke up in those situations and said, what am I doing, right? Like, how is this helping anyone? And so when you wake up and realize the most important aspect of leadership is to be the leader of your own life. And of course, in doing that, you're being the example. And so what's important with this is sharing the high vision that you have, and of course, embodying that vision first for your own life, and then being able to be a leader that inspires others in their lives. And realizing if you're in a point where you're ready to step into leadership, but you're waffling, maybe you're holding yourself back, maybe you keep finding yourself in power behind the throne positions, like you're always second in line to the president or whatever. Maybe you're the assistant to someone in politics, whatever, something like that. If you constantly find yourself in that position, it's important to look at, when is it time for you to step into your own realm of leadership? When are you going to have your own realm where you get to share the high vision instead of just being under the person, which is a great place to apprentice from, right? And we all need to learn about whatever it is we're working on. So that's an excellent place for you to learn about leadership from someone else. But when it's time to step into your own leadership, are you really doing it? Are you really stepping up? Are you really taking the initiative and doing it? And it will get uncomfortable, and you could find yourself in penalty, like the things we talked about. You could find yourself in power struggles. You could find yourself in power giveaway positions if you're not stepping into your leadership, because your soul's going to want to push you in the direction of your highest growth so that you're moving that gift to higher and higher levels of expression. And so where you're at might get uncomfortable for you. That's just how it is. That's how growth happens. I feel like for me, sometimes I have to get hit over the head by a 2x4 from the universe. And then I'm like, oh, I got it. Thank you. Who's with me, right? That happens though. So these are the basic things about this marking. So check your hand, see if you have the leadership gift marking. I know I've had all of these, all of the above. I've tried on too much power, not enough power, power giveaway, power behind the throne, all the leadership potential things, and I do have the gift marking. So definitely something I've experienced in my life. So check out your hands, and if you need any help around getting unstuck from patterns you find yourself in, things like that, I would love to help. I do that through life purpose hand analysis and your Akashic records. We clear out old energy, old stories, beliefs, things that have held you back. I love doing it. Let me know if I can help you with anything. Check your hand if you have any questions. Let me